Hey, what's up, you guys? Todd Falcone here. Welcome to toddfalcone.com. It's bright and early here, at least when I'm recording this. I have no idea when you're going to be watching this video, but about a week ago, I did a Facebook Live on the subject of Facebook groups, and had a huge amount of views from that particular Facebook Live, and I figured I'd follow it up and do it on a blog post as well, because I think it's just a really important subject matter when it comes to recruiting people into your network marketing and direct selling business. And I think it's a way to create less, be in a situation where there's less competition, and you get to have a lot more fun doing what it is that you do in building your business. So here's what I find a lot of people are doing when it comes to network marketing and Facebook groups. A lot of people are going into groups that, and I understand the thought process, and this is the way it has been forever, and I'm sure will continue to be, where people think, oh, well, I can go recruit another network marketer because that network marketer, they have experience, or if I can be around other people that already have entrepreneurial experience, which is a great thought, by the way, these are people that are going to be easier to recruit. The challenge is, for example, if you decide to go to Facebook groups that are network marketing, MLM, direct selling, that kind of subject matter. Typically, what I found is those groups are just barraged. There's one of two things. Either one, it's content only, and like, for example, I run a group called Fearless Networkers, and then Rob Sperry runs a group called The Game of Networking. Those are two of the cleanest Facebook groups that I've seen, because it's like a zero tolerance policy. Nobody can post any ad. No external links, things like that. So the way those groups are run are so tight that it is just pure content. The second thing, that the total opposite of the spectrum, and here's an example, and I definitely referenced this, I recall, on the video I did on Facebook Live, is there's a group called, I think it's Network Marketing New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand, and there's about, if I can recall correctly, about 30,000 people in that group. And it's all advertising. It's all spam. It's all link, go here, go here, go here. So there's literally no engagement, no interaction. And the key to success in groups is it's a community. It's a place for people to have a conversation. And if it's a one-way conversation, hey, join my thing. Hey, click on my link. Hey, do this. It's literally nobody's listening. So it's just it's kind of like a trash pit for advertising in those instances. So here's a way better strategy, a way more fun strategy, and you're going to end up being very likely the only person in that group, or one of very few people that are even, it depends on the kind of group that you're in, involved in network marketing. First of all, I want you to think like this. What are you super duper passionate about? What are you insanely passionate about? What are you excited about? What's easy for you to have a conversation about? Where there's a conversation maybe likely going on, like I'm super passionate about, I love skiing, I love fishing, I love surfing, but skiing, fishing, and surfing groups, maybe fishing more than any of them, there's probably not a whole lot of conversation going on about surfing. I mean, it's maybe a bunch of pictures being posted or videos being posted, but there's maybe not a whole lot of conversation going on. So if I'm thinking maybe a little more deeply, in fact, I did this with a client the other day who's brand new to Facebook, and we were talking about, I said, well, what are you passionate about? He said, I'm really passionate about my family. I said, well, that's great. What else are you passionate about? He said, well, I'm kind of getting into vegan eating. I'm like, hey, cool. That's a great subject matter. I said, me too. I've been a meat eater my whole life, but I love the idea of eating, plant-based diet. So I went on, I showed him a group, and I found this group called, I think it was Vegan Beginners 101. And I added myself to the group. And as soon as I got added to the group and accepted in the group, I did a post and just did an honest post, said, hey guys, lifelong meat eater, really interested in the whole vegan lifestyle, and I'm curious if there's any other meat eaters here or prior meat eaters that, what's your thought? And I just, like, all these responses really fast, like 50 or 60 responses or something, like within a pretty quick, short period of time. And there's there were so many likes and comments and share, there's so much engagement on that post, because there's no competition. I didn't go in there and go, hey, by the way, who wants to join my network marketing business? I'm going into a community of people that where there's a common conversation going on, and I can go in there and be seen as a valued contributor, a person that's interacting, engaging with people. And that's really the kind of situation that you want to create for yourself, is find some subject matter that turns you on, that's totally outside the scope of network marketing and direct selling, that you can go into a group and be, the perceived expert, if you will, or just somebody who's a major contributor, value adder to the conversation. And that's very typical of any kind of networking situation, whether it's Facebook groups or networking groups. Is success is not found by going and seeing what you can get. It's what can you contribute to the group that's going to ultimately get you something in return. So the second part of that is you can very easily go out and start, very early in the morning. So you can, and today is, by the way, the day that I'm recording this. I know many of you might see this afterwards. This is the eclipse day. So got up bright and early, got a bunch of people coming to my house, and we're going to go watch the eclipse here in a little bit. But the other part of it is going and you starting your own group. Why not start your own conversation? That way you get to determine what the conversation is about. So think about, there are literally groups for every subject matter and situation that you can imagine. Some of those groups may have more of a conversation. Some might have less of a conversation going on, depending on the subject matter. But maybe the key thing for you to do is start your own group, start your own conversation, that you're able to control the flow of that conversation. Now, that doesn't mean, hey, I'm going to be pitching, but it's creating or drawing in an audience of people that are talking about a subject matter that everybody has something in common with. And then what happens, because they see you as a valued contributor, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to send you friend requests. They're going to look at your Facebook wall. They're going to be, hey, what's up with this person? Why are they always vacationing? Why are they always playing? They seem like they're having a good time. It's Tuesday afternoon, and they're always going out here bouncing around with their children while I'm sitting here at work. Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Can I talk to you? How do you live the kind of life that you're living? You're creating curiosity, and you're creating a massive amount of eyeballs on you by either A, going into a Facebook group with a subject matter that's something that's easy for you to talk about, something that you're personally passionate about outside of network marketing, outside of the scope of entrepreneurship, or, and this is a little harder and it's like a longer ramp up period, is start your own group. Now, back to the getting into a group, a couple things. Number one, only do it in a closed group. In other words, there's no reason to join a group if a group's totally open. So I won't even go into a group unless it's a closed group. So closed group, lots of people that are in it and lots of interaction. So if for example, I went into this one group, I got added to it or accepted into the group. First thing I'm doing is I'm scrolling through, how often are people posting in here? Well, this group, man, people are posting every single day, multiple times a day. Every single one of the posts has likes, has comments, has shares, has engagement, versus I've gone into other groups and I'm like, oh, they haven't posted in here since June of 2014. And even when they did, nobody liked anything. Nobody commented. There was like literally no engagement. So that's something you have to look for immediately. And I've gone into groups thinking, hey, this is a cool group. And I go in there and I'm like, oh, there's no interaction, there's no engagement. I remove myself from the group. So find groups that are super active in subject matter that you're passionate about. That's A, or B, start your own. So I got a little frog in my throat this morning, but that's okay. You guys have an amazing day. Stay fearless, my friends. We'll see you on another future video.